How we doing today? Now listen, there was a time when I worked on Prospect Street here in East Orange, and I don't think they could have heard that good on Prospect Street. So I want to make sure anyone walking on Prospect Street hears good when I ask, how we doing today? That's what I'm talking about. Some enthusiasm, some excitement. Do you mind if I take off my jacket? Yeah! It is such a hot day and humid, so I feel a little more comfortable without a jacket. So, as you were told, my name is Matt Laughlin, and I am the radio play-by-play announcer for the New Jersey Devils. And it's my pleasure to be here today. So what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that if you listen to any of our games on the radio or on the internet, you will hear my voice. Now, we play 82 games a year. We play from October to April. Once the regular season is over, the playoffs begin. Unfortunately, for this year, for the first time in 16 years, we did not make the playoffs. We had a tough year. So, our season officially came to an end on April 10th. So we played 82 games, equally split between home games and games on the road. 41 of our games are played in Newark at the Prudential Center. That's our home rink, and it has been for the last few years. It's a great building. If you haven't been there for a basketball game or a concert or the circus or a hockey game, hopefully shortly you'll be able to make a trip there, because it really is a fantastic building. It's a great facility. We love it. You're going there tomorrow. That's right. The WNBA is there. That's right. I understand the 4th grade has a field trip to the Rock. Right? The WNBA is there, right? The New York Liberty. So you'll get a chance, if that's your first visit, to see what I'm talking about. So 41 games are played in Newark. 41 games are played in other cities. And we have teams in the National Hockey League, which is the league that the Devils are a member of. We have teams throughout America and throughout Canada. So at any given time, I might be announcing a Devils game that's being played in New York, or Philadelphia, or Boston, or Chicago, or St. Louis, or Denver, or Phoenix, Arizona, or San Jose, California, or down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or Atlanta, Georgia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York. It could be in Ottawa, in Ontario, the Canadian capital. I could be in Vancouver, I could be in Montreal, I could be in Toronto, I could be in Detroit, I could be in Columbus, Ohio. I might be in Los Angeles, California. And I think I covered just about all our stops. Edmonton, Calgary, in Alberta, which is a province of Canada. I could be in, I think it's in Montreal, Toronto. So we have a total of 30 teams in the league, and the New Jersey Devils are one of those 30. And I have the best job in the world. With all due respect to your teachers here, to the administrators here, to what your parents or guardians do, your aunts or uncles do, your cousins, older brothers or sisters might do. They may tell you they have great jobs. I want to tell you I have the greatest job in the world. The reason is I get to do what I want to do every day of my life. I get to watch the best athletes in our sport, hockey, perform at the highest level, because ours is the best league in the world. And not only do I get to go watch them and announce them as they play their games, and travel all over this continent in order to do so. I get to go and watch them practice. I get to know them on a personal basis. And I get to do all of that, get paid on top of that, and every day, because of that, I wake up with a smile on my face because I love what I do. But, as much as I love what I do, I did not just decide one day that that's what I wanted to do, and magically it happened. I had a goal, I had a dream, I had a wish that I would have an opportunity to be involved in sports. Because when I was your age, when I was in 3rd and 4th grade and 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, I wanted to be a player. I wanted to be a baseball player. My favorite team in baseball is the New York Mets. much as they are my favorite team, they were when I was younger, they remain my favorite team. At a certain point, my ability to play baseball did not match my dream of playing in the major leagues with the Mets. So I had to find something else that I could do that would keep me close to sports. Now I went to Seton Hall University, 3 miles from here in South Orange, and I walked across the campus at the end of my first year. I was 18 years old. Seems a long way from now for many of you, but the fact of the matter is I was 18. I walked across the campus and I walked into the radio station and asked them how I could be involved. And the director of the station said, well, by coming into the station and showing an interest, you're involved. But what you get out of it, how well you're able to translate that enthusiasm now into something in the future will depend on how much work you put into it. If you want to come here 5 minutes a week, you won't get a whole heck of a lot out of it. You want to come here 5 hours a day, work it around your classes, you'll get a lot more out. And there's a chance that you might be able to make something of yourself in this career, but it's up to you. So that's my point. It just doesn't happen. Now you're sitting here as 3rd and 4th graders saying, 18 years old? That's a long time from now. And I'm really just worried about going to the Rock tomorrow for the WNBA game, other field trips you might be doing as school comes to an end, what I'm going to do this weekend, all those things that when you're younger you should think about, and should have fun with. But at some point, it might happen sooner than you think. You will come upon something you want to do. And you're going to say, if I could do this for the rest of my life, I would be so happy. I'd be like Mr. Laughlin, the Devil's announcer, and wake up every day with a smile on my face. And maybe it will happen sooner than you think. It wasn't until I was 18 when I walked across that campus and walked into the radio station that I thought, maybe I can translate my love of sports into a career. After all, I'm not good enough to continue playing on a very high level, so let me see what I can do. But I will tell you this, my brother, a little younger than I am, he was in 5th grade. That's not too far away, is it? No. He was in 5th grade when he figured out that what he wanted to do was be involved with the Navy. He loved ships, big battleships, aircraft carriers. He said, somehow I'm going to get involved with the Navy. Maybe I'll join the Navy when I get out of high school. What can I do? What he found out is that he could go to a school, the United States Naval Academy, which is college, and become an officer in the military. But that's not easy either. And to study and work hard in order to realize that dream. And because my brother did all that work, did the right thing, respected his friends and neighbors, studied, worked in the community, because he did all those things, he got an opportunity to go to the Naval Academy. He became an officer, as it turns out, in the Marine Corps. He flew jet planes. He's now retired. He works in Washington, D.C. for the Pentagon. Wow. Yeah. You going to the Pentagon? So you go from the rock to the Pentagon. You got something. My point is, it might happen 10 years from now, or 8 years from now. It might happen next year for some of you when you figure it out. Maybe you know now what it is you want to do. So, who would like to be on Dancing with the Stars?